Estimados estudiantes, estamos en su clase de Inglés Avanzado 3. Aquí estamos presentando la semana desde el 28 de octubre hasta el 4 de noviembre. Y estamos trabajando la segunda práctica que corresponde a esta semana del 28 de octubre al viernes 4 de noviembre. Entonces, ¿qué ustedes tienen que hacer o deben de hacer en esta semana desde hoy hasta el próximo viernes? Es lo siguiente. Ustedes van a trabajar la segunda práctica de la unidad 3 de su libro North Star, que está en la plataforma. Yo les coloqué esta segunda práctica donde dice unidad 6. Entonces aquí tenemos week from October Friday 28th to November Friday 4th 2022 Unit 3 Second Practice. Aquí ustedes le darán clic y tendrán la segunda práctica y aquí en la manito ustedes van a subir la segunda práctica antes del viernes 4 de octubre. Entonces vamos a ver de qué se trata esta práctica que ustedes tienen que hacer. Tienen que hacer lo siguiente. Deben de completar estas páginas. La primera dice, read the letters to a newspaper and fill in the blanks with the correct form of the appropriate expression from the list. Use the hints below the blanks to help you. Work with a partner and compare answers. Entonces ustedes van a leer esta carta que es dirigida a un periódico y van a completar los espacios en blancos con las palabras que están dentro de este cuadro. Entonces vamos a leer lo que dice stardaily.com. Each week, the Star Daily posts our favorite responses to questions posed to our readers. Here are our favorites. Birth order, does it matter? Dear Star Daily, I'm the youngest of five children. I know that all later born children are reserved, but not necessarily aloof. Really, I have a positive on life and they come. Nancy Kakowski, Springfield, Missouri. I have here another letter. Dear Star Daily, I realize that acceptance of this birth order theory is becoming more, but I just can't bite it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Everyone is just getting so with these ideas and attributing every kind of behavior to birth order. First of all, I think personality traits are determined by genetics. Second, theories like birth order are actually harmful in that they may people unfairly, leading to misattributions about people's personalities. Martha Johnson, New York City, New York. Another letter, Dear Star Daily, I'm the firstborn in my family. My siblings complain that I'm arrogant, but I don't myself that way. At social gatherings, I, being the life of the party, I see my role as my more introverted friends. Mark Baldino, Poland, Oregon. The last letter says, Dear Star Daily, I'm an independent only child, so I spent a great deal of time alone. 2. I had to learn many new skills. For example, I learned how to lose my awkwardness and self consciousness. Now I'm usually the one at social occasions too. Patty Long from Austin, Texas. Here it says span. English has a wealth of vocabulary to talk about personality and temperament. Work with a partner, write each word in the most appropriate category on the chart. Some words may fit in more than one category. For help, use information from the unit and a dictionary. So you're going to use the words from the box in these categories: behavior, introvert or extrovert, attitude, pessimist, optimist. You are going to read these words, look at the definition of those words in the dictionary, and complete the chart. In each column, adjective clauses. Adjective clauses are used to add variety, sophistication, and interest to sentences. They are useful in combining sentences to provide more detail and information. There are two kinds of adjective clauses: identifying and non-identifying. Here we have examples: identifying adjective clauses. An identifying adjective clause has a subject and a verb, modifies specific nouns and pronouns, can be introduced by who, whom, which, that, whose, where, and when. Is not set off by commas, is essential to the meaning of the sentence. Here we have some examples. We are losing the social lubrication that's essential for people to feel comfortable in the presence of others. The bold letters are identifying adjective clauses. Here you can see that it starts with the that. In here we says that can be introduced by who, whom, which, that, whose, where, and when, and is not set off by commas. Another example is: consider the division between those who always see the bright side and those who'd rather wallow in their misery. Two identifying adjective clauses, they start one of them start with who and the other with who as where and is not set off by commas. They have a subject and a verb, modifies specific nouns and pronouns, is essential to the meaning of the sentence. Here we have another example of clauses, in this case non-identifying adjective clauses. This one has a subject and a verb, is used with the relative pronouns who, whom, which, and whose. It is also used with where and when and cannot be used with what. Must describe a specific person or thing, is set off by commas, is not essential to the meaning of the sentence, and may be omitted. Remember, these no identifying adjective clauses, it can be also used with where and when, however, cannot be used with that, and is used also with relative pronouns such as who and whom, which and whose, and is set off by commas and is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. Examples: our research, which we've been conducting since 1972, focuses on adults. In this case, which introduce the non-identified adjective clause, and it can be describing a specific person thing. In this case is describing a research, is set off by commas and is not essential to the meaning of the sentence, because if you say our research focuses on adults, the sentence has the the same meaning. So in this case, this is an information that can be omitted. Dr. Lynn Anderson, who is co-director of the Shyness Clinic, says nearly everyone experiences shyness. In this case, the non-identified adjective clause is introduced with who. can be omitted and instead of by commas. We can say Dr. Lynn Anderson says nearly everyone experiences shyness and the sentence has its own idea. But in this case, this is an information describing a person, Dr. Lynn Anderson. In here we have quantifying expressions. Quantifying expressions are non-identifying adjective clauses often containing expressions of quantity such as many of, most of, some of, none of, two or several of, whole of, all of, each of, both of, and a number of. Use the structure quantifier plus preposition plus relative pronoun. Only who, whom, where, when, or which. Examples: negative personality traits, most of which are totally false, are often applied to shy, attractive people. So here we can see that is an expression of quantity because this quantitative expression starts with most. Another example is this one. The participants, all of whom were adults, met with the therapist twice a week to talk about their problems with shyness. This is a non-identifying adjective clause talking about expressions of quantity because it starts with all of, meaning the majority of all the adults in this case. So you are going to read the paragraph, underline all the adjective clauses, circle the pronouns, draw an arrow from each clause to the noun it modifies, label the clause first, identifying or non-identifying. So you're going to send me this on you're going to write it on a document, on a Word document, or you can write it on your notebook and take a picture. You are going to underline all the adjective clauses first of all, circle the pronouns, draw an arrow from each clause to the noun it modifies. In this case, this is an adjective clause, the one which is underlined. Look the underline on this line, and you here, as the sample says, you can see the sample. They circled the pronoun, which is who, draw an arrow. This is in the arrow from each clause to the noun it modifies. Who modifies the noun, this noun, Dr. Fulling Zimbardo. Label the clause I. You're going to write I if it is an identifying clause, or an if it is a non-identifying clause. In this case, um, the sample wrote an because it's a non-identifying clause. The Palo Alto Shyness Clinic was founded by Dr. Zimbardo, who, look the comma, who is a professor at Stanford University, who is an introduction of non-identifying clause, which refers to Dr. Zimbardo, and here you can see the and letter because it's a non-identifying. So you are going to keep looking with the other sentences. You're going to look for identifying or non-identifying clauses, circle the pronouns, draw an arrow from each clause to the noun it modifies, and underline all the adjective clauses. That's the exercise you are going to do. So here we have, who is Dr. Florence Barlow? Oh, he's the one who runs the Chinese clinic. Who is Stanford University? I think that who's an extroverted, as far as I can remember. Was situational shyness? I'm not sure. I remember, but I think. So you're going to switch roles. What's an introvert? Well, what's a Polonia? Oh, what's a Chintu Violet? I guess it's We're gonna do this on our we're gonna do it in our class on next on Saturday. This last exercise about student A and student B. That's all you should do for this week. Complete these letters with the correct words from the box, and second, complete the columns according to the definition of each words, and come underline the adjective clauses, circle the pronouns, draw an arrow from each clause to the noun it modifies, and label the clause as identifying clause or non-identifying clause. I identifying and no identifying. That's all you have to do during this week. Thank you so much for your attention. See you next class.